So thank you so much for taking the time to view this presentation. It's going to make a really big difference in my research. To give you an idea of what we're covering today, here's my agenda. I will start by explaining my research. I'll then go into some of the challenges I've found in the current way the antiques market operates. After that, I will describe some of my suggested solutions, and I will end with where you fit into my research. So what is this study? My name is Kara Karma. I am a graduate student at the University of Massachusetts. First of all, I want to make sure it's clear that I am not selling anything. I am only asking for your feedback on my research and my proposals. This presentation is the culmination of an independent study that I am conducting in my graduate program at UMass. I've spent the last year studying the antiques industry, trying to answer the question, what kinds of tools would enable dealers and mall owners to be more profitable? As a former antiques dealer myself, I wanted to find ways for dealers and mall owners to make their businesses more lucrative. Through my research, I've identified some main challenges that the antiques market currently faces. It seems to me that there's a paradox in the antiques market. The industry is a $2.2 billion market. So why aren't antique mall owners and dealers able to capture more of this market? During the course of my research, I've witnessed some main market trends, of which you're probably aware. In response to the downturn in the economy, there are two main market trends: changes in tastes and changes in demographics. With an aging consumer base and tastes moving away from traditional antiques, the business is facing some major challenges. So what do these changes mean? They say you make your money when you buy. In this market, buying decisions are even more critical than ever. The ability to buy well will make or break a dealer and, consequently, an antiques mall. Also, in order to make way for more profitable merchandise, malls needs more efficient turnover of items that are not selling. Appropriately, the antiques industry has held on to traditional ways of doing business. However, at the same time, technology has transformed the world around us, especially when it comes to meeting consumer demand. The problem is, customer expectations are changing, and the antiques market in general is not keeping pace with those changes. In most of the antique malls I studied, this is the basic business model. First, antiques dealers bring items into the mall, which they have priced with handwritten item descriptions. When something sells in the mall, the item is entered into the accounting system, whether by hand or on a computer. Then the dealer is given a report of what is sold. There are some main challenges with this model for the business owner. First, most malls don't know what inventory they have in the mall at any given time. Though a lot of times staff has a rough idea of what kind of merchandise is in the mall, there is no easy way to search for specific items when requested by customers. Secondly, most malls have very little data on buying trends, besides dealer sales reports and qualitative observation. This means that there's no easy way to give dealers feedback on how to buy better. Because of the lack of inventory visibility, most items are not searchable on the internet, which results in lost potential sales. For example, I met one Massachusetts mall owner who had a vase that was originally produced in Mississippi. It sat on her shelves for months until she finally put it on the web. Immediately, she saw a lot of interest in the piece from customers who lived in Mississippi. Consequently, she ended up selling the vase for much more than she could have ever gotten for it in her shop. If she had just had an easy way to make that item searchable from the beginning, she would have made her mall even more profitable early on. The last major challenge with the current model also deals with item turnover. Mall owners agree that faster inventory turnover leads to higher profits. Currently, there are no efficient tools for easy item turnover of items that are not selling well. My research has led me to start the development of a new tool called Antix that will help solve these problems and empower dealers and mall owners to capture more profit. Here is the essence of the Antix model. At its heart, the Antix model tracks both inventory in and inventory out. First, the dealer would enter inventory information from home or at the store. The software will be hosted online so that it is accessible for dealers anywhere they want. The dealer then checks in the item at the store by scanning the UPC code that was generated when the item was entered into the inventory system. When a sale is made, the item's UPC code is again scanned. The use of UPC codes will also enable dealers to check in and out their inventory, for example, if they want to take an item to a show. The most important part of this model is that dealers will be able to receive analytic reports of what is, and more importantly, what is not selling. On a big picture level, these reports will enable mall owners to help dealers buy better, which makes everyone more profit. The reports will also help dealers make more concrete decisions on when to change prices on items that are not selling well, and how to price them to increase turnover. The Antix interface will be a familiar one, essentially a simplified version of the eBay selling form. Since most antique dealers have sold on eBay at one time or another, this interface will be familiar and easy to work with. The dealer can put in as much or as little information as they want. As you know, the more information is usually the better, but there are certainly times when a long description is not at all necessary. Right now, most dealers write a brief description of the item, the price, and codes for their inventory on a handwritten sticker. Using Antix, that information would simply be input into the online form, which will then automatically print out a UPC code at the mall. Using a UPC sticker will not only eliminate redundancies and errors in bookkeeping, but it will also make the item searchable, trackable, and the description legible. There are many benefits to my proposed Antix tool. First of all, Antix is easy to use, and it eliminates the redundant work of entering information many times, as well as data entry errors. The tool will also enable items in a mall to be searchable, both on the web and in the store. As eBay has shown us, there is a customer for almost every item. The internet allows you to be able to reach that right customer, so why not be searchable on the web for every item you have? The increased visibility will enable you to sell even more than before without any extra effort. Furthermore, being able to search the items in your mall will greatly enhance your in-house customer service. The next benefit is a better understanding of customer trends. You will be able to see what is selling and what is not, as well as quantitatively track trends over time. Antix will enable malls to optimize where they sell and who they sell to through automated tracking of individual customers. Another benefit of Antix is effortless item turnover. With seamless integration with eBay, items that are not selling can be sold effortlessly to make room for newer merchandise, ensuring that the mall always has new items to excite customers and does not waste space with items that are not going to sell well. Finally, better item tracking will enable dealers to make better decisions on customer offers, because they will have all the necessary information at their fingertips. Antix will be hosted online as what is called software as a service. This means that instead of sending you a CD to download the software on all of your computers, of which you will have to update periodically, you will access it via the Antix website. Instead of paying large upfront fees for the software, malls will have small monthly payments based on usage. The benefits of this model include no big upfront costs, and data will be accessible wherever it is needed. Also, hosting online will enable pooling of all mall sales data, allowing better analysis of market trends. Hosting the software online will also facilitate easier integration with accounting software, including QuickBooks, with the mall's website, eBay, and other forms of online selling and marketing. As a recent magazine covers illustrate, customers are still very interested in antiques. However, according to my research, the main challenge in the antiques industry is that the current way of doing business does not meet customer expectations. Modern customers are accustomed to a more efficient, streamlined retail experience. I believe the antique solution will be able to fill this void in the antiques industry because of the convergence factor. It's similar to why we use the iPhone. It's a computer, music player, telephone, and many other things in one. Antix will bring together web and in-store selling, a technological platform from one of the world's most important players, QuickBooks, and the latest in marketing and analytical tools, enabling antique dealers and mall owners to focus on what they do best, bringing history into our lives and our homes. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. Now we come to the important part you play in my research. After you finish watching this video presentation, please click on the survey in the link in the email that I sent you. There will be a very brief 10-question survey of your impression of my research and what I've proposed. It is very important to me that you are completely candid in your responses. Again, be assured I am not trying to sell you anything. Some of the questions in my survey do ask if you would be interested in using Antix tool, but your answers are only meant to be a part of a student's project and will not be used to contact you in the future to sell you anything. I have included my contact information on this slide for your reference for if you have any additional comments or questions. Thank you again so much for being a part of my research. It's been an amazing experience to study your industry. I hope that I will be able to in the future help you and fellow mall owners to become even more successful at what you love to do.